Oh, is this fake it till you make it TJump in the room or an imposter? Oh, it says verified. So TJump, you tell me why saying reality dictates everything is.
Can you hear me? Testing.
Yeah. I asked you in our last two encounters where you were so obtuse and evasive that I got angry with you and I left. Maybe you can conduct yourself more reasonably this time. I asked you what it is that institutes all states of what is, can be, and cannot be, and you said reality. Do you recall?
Yes.
Okay, so is reality the set of all real things?
Yes.
Okay, so your position is everything dictates everything?
What? I don't know what that means.
So you're going to play dumb?
Well, I just don't understand the
Is
question.
that you most certainly understood it? Is this your little game, you little sleazy little deceptive person? I asked you, we'll go over it again. You can't possibly, please. Okay, I'll repeat it again. But you see, you're playing the object game. I don't understand what you mean. Here you are, a debater.
What's the question?
Means I asked you what it that instituted and secured all instances of what is, can be, and cannot be. In other words, everything. What dictates everything? And you said reality. Remember?
Yeah, that is all things.
That's the same thing as saying everything dictates everything.
Yes, that's because it does.
Good. Sure. How is that informative?
Your question is a tautology. It doesn't need to be informative. So you're asking.
No, sir. How is that? Hey, fake it till you make it, TJump. Being obtuse and fake it till you make it. Being purposely obtuse and being evasive is just going to embarrass you. Your position is everything. First of all, your first problem is how is that informative?
It doesn't need to be because your question has no content.
Is your statement okay? You know what? You are one of the most. No, you're not. You say, oh, it doesn't have to be. Is your statement dictates everything? Is that informative?
That everything dictates everything. If your question is not a question that requires any informative content, then it answers the question perfectly. So if your question is
the question that I ask, you see, this is what you accept. You know what? This is what pisses me off more than anything about you. You just do not overtalk me. Pisses me off about you and other. Do not overtalk me, or I will server mute you. I will resume. This is what pisses me off about you. You ignore what is being put to you, and then you give mini monologues. Now, your statement is everything dictates everything. Now, is that declaration informative?
I already answered that. It's not, and it doesn't need to be because your question has no content.
So when I ask you what dictates everything, your response is non-informative?
That's right, because your question has no content. So
did everybody? No, sir. If I say to you, what dictates the leaf blowing in the wind?
The wind.
Is that problematic?
No. Is what problematic?
Now, if I say to you, what dictates the wind? Is that a problematic question for you?
If you ask what dictates the leaf and the wind, and if by leaf and wind is literally everything that exists in the universe.
No, listen to me. Focus. Are you autistic? I really suspect that you are. Okay. Now,
yes,
listen,
I am
don't
autistic.
call me. Okay, good. Then you need to work on working around this. Now, listen carefully.
I'm actually qualified in philosophy.
Right now, okay. Now, I don't think you are. Listen, being argumentative is the fastest way. Listen to me, and I can explain to you that if you keep on over talking me again, I'm going to server mute you. I'm well accustomed to your bullshitting and your boulder dashing. That's why I'm so stringent with you. Now, I asked you a question. Overtalk me again, and you'll be playing death by mod because I know you don't want to have a mano discussion where you have to be and going off into lecture mode. Now, I asked you a simple question. It's all individual instances and the entire set thereof. Is it a legitimate question to what dictates a leaf blowing in the wind? Is that a
life?
That is not me.
Everybody in this chat room needs to get a life.
Now, you're not, listen, what you're not going to do here is you're not going to do your usual shtick here. You're going to respond truthfully and transparently, and there's not going to be any shit lectures.
My answer was a yes there.
Is it all I need are simple answers? Is it a reasonable question to say what? Okay. If, listen, overtalk me again, and you will be playing Death by
question.
Okay. All right. I didn't hear your answer.
Yes, I said yes like 4 times. Holy shit.
Good. Now, if I say, I did not hear that. Okay. Given your prior behavior being evasive, because I didn't hear you, I suspected that you were dodging as you usually do. So I'm glad you answered. Now, is it reasonable of me to say, why does 2 leaves blow in the wind? Is that reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. If I ask you what it is that dictates each and every discrete state, okay, or instance in the set of all things, is that a reasonable question?
No, because it's self-referring. It's tautology.
No. Why is it unreasonable to ask what dictates a plurality of events? Why is that unreasonable?
Because if you're talking about all events and you're asking what dictates all events, that would entail an event outside of the set of all events. Wait, let me finish. No. Don't talk over me. So if you're talking about a set of all events and you're asking what dictates that set of all events, you need an external event to that set, which you can't have. It's a meaningless question.
No, it's not meaningless because it could be self-referential. Do you know what? Okay,
yes,
excellent.
And I agree.
So are you invoking the aseity of the set?
Sort of. Aseity isn't a real problem.
No. Okay, aseity means. You know what? My patience is going to run out with you. You're not going to do your normal bullshit.
Interrupting me. I'm not interrupting you.
All right. He does it again. Okay, we're done. Okay. One of the biggest bullshitters on YouTube and Discord I have ever heard. This is why I don't have patience for him. Okay, it's addressed. He could know this. Okay. Now, we'll try it one more time. Since you refused to give it a mature, clear, non bullshitting answer, how could you possibly know that universal declaration? How do you know that?
Universal declaration, like the guy previously said.
Everything. Okay, listen to me. Don't overtalk me.
You're overtalking me. How can you
possibly? Okay, all right. Definitely autistic. Maybe you can get some medication. No, it's not mod abuse because I've with this clown before. Okay.
I mean,
when I refer to the autistic trains, the reason why I refer to it as autistic is that it is self-imposed, it is self-habitated, as opposed to the issue is that it's a neurological from birth. We're talking about his self-imposed tendencies. This is learned behavior. He doesn't know how to properly integrate. He just goes off in motor mouth mode. Okay. How he could possibly know this universal declaration? We'll give it one chance, and that'll be it. How could you possibly know and instantiate? Be quiet. Now, how could you possibly instantiate with necessity this universal?
It's a logical necessity that. Yes.
No. Logic does not. Logic.
I'm trying to
dictate concrete relations. Okay.
You gotta let me finish the sentence before you respond, kiddo. If you're afraid of me destroying you want to interrupt.
Do you know this? Do you know this universal state of affairs by virtue of pure reason, by induction through your perception, or a combination of the two? And how do you know how do you know what's necessary?
Because if you're talking about a class of all existing things and you want to know what instantiates the entire class of all existing things, themselves is what instantiates it. So you know how you think that God
is necessary, I say.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that.
Say means that a thing possesses a aseity, meaning it is non-derivative and unconditionally non-derivative. So no, when you say something is necessary, are you saying that the plurality of all things are individually in and of themselves are necessary, or is there something that concretely unifies the particulars that's necessary? Okay, everything, is that an abstraction? Is everything a concrete one or an abstract one? No, I want to know is, how do you know what is universal?
I have to answer. I heard your question. I need to answer.
Right? Do you know it by pure? All I want to know is, do you know it by pure reason?
No, it's true by necessity. If you talk about
no, sir, listen, focus. Do you know
you gotta let me finish, kiddo.
Declaration?
Okay, let me finish.
Listen carefully. Don't call me kiddo because I'm old enough to be your
time.
Okay, all right. Okay, you can fuck off. You want to call me kiddo, moron, you autistic punk. I'm old enough to be your father, kiddo. Okay, so we tried third time. Okay, and you won't give up your habitated autistic tendencies. This is why it's impossible to talk with you. Okay. He just gets in bullshit mode, and then when you try to parse it out, he just goes into further bullshit mode. So it's hopeless so far to talk with this guy. Everything dictates everything. Well, why? Because it's necessary. How do you know that? Logic. I mean, can anybody make sense of that? Watch. Let's try this one more time. We'll show you what a clown we're dealing with. Mr. Fake It Till You Make It, do you still stand that your epistemology can work within and with any ontology?
Sure, if you define work as in it can be applied, yes.
No, you
knowledge.
You did it more than once. I heard it, other people heard it. You said your epistemology can work any ontology. Do you recall?
Yes, because that's in the context of idealism, dualism.
Epistemology, is it your epistemology, would it be applicable or functional in a world where God exists and he creates a world where man cannot know anything?
Yes.
How could you know something if God purposed that we couldn't know something?
Epistemology isn't knowing anything. Epistemology is a method.
Epistemology is the theory of knowledge.
Right, and the theory of knowledge can work whether or not you know anything.
Could there be a knowledge, conceptual or practical otherwise, if God created a world where that couldn't exist?
No, but that wasn't your
Okay, claim. Stop right there. Is that an ontology?
No.
Yes, it is. You see what a fucking liar you are? You don't have to believe that it's real. Listen, no, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Ontology will be a putative.
Not putative. No, you need to learn what that word means.
The nature of being a putative, stated as though it's the case. Okay, so ontology would be okay. Get out of here. You're such a moron.
You're so afraid.
Gosh, you're. No, I'm not afraid. You're just unsufferable. I mean, there's only how much human patience.